Greetings, class. It is an honor to be with you this evening as we discuss how we're going to raise private money to acquire all the real estate investments that you could ever find. Tonight, I'm going to peel back the layers on my system, how we go out there and locate these people. How do we find them? What do we do to talk to them when we meet them? How do we explain how this whole system works? And further, how you can get out there and do this stuff for yourself. So come on in the chat. It is an honor to be with you today. And thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me that you guys would sacrifice your attention, your time, your energy to put your eyeballs on me. And I believe the reason you do that is not because of my lifestyle, not because of the car I drive, where I live, all this stuff. You literally watch this channel here, the Chris Haskins Network, because of the work. Because of the work. What I have learned is don't follow me for lifestyle, traveling, all this stuff, partying, yachts. I'm like, don't you get sick of that? I believe, as Billy Carson says, we are moving past the information age. We're getting into the identity age where you need to be able to identify somebody that's real or not. And as we move into the world of artificial intelligence, you best be able to identify who's real and what's fake and who's really doing it, and who's not doing it, okay? Greetings, y'all. Hope you guys can hear me. Please give me a thumbs up. Somebody put a number 1 in the chat if you can hear me clean. I spend a ridiculous amount of money on gear to make sure that I'm coming in clean. Somebody just give me a thumbs up. It's not like I have a big studio. I've got my daughter that comes in from time to time to help me. But okay, Patricia. Hey, Patricia, I got your email. I will be replying to that. I've been preparing for this class here today. So repeat after me. I am in the business of doing. I am in the business of doing. You see, the things that I'm going to teach you this evening, it's going to be some intricate stuff. It's going to be some high-level stuff. You got to stay with me for a little while. But the problem with learning all this cool stuff, I'm going to make it look sexy. And you know what? As you're getting into real estate is boring, but make this thing sexy. Make real estate something that's attractive to other people to come in. Because when I first started this, y'all, my real estate Roundup family, when I first started this, real estate was a bunch of old geezers, white dudes showing up, overweight, with all this capital, buying all the real estate. This was back in 2003 and 4. Now, real estate looks completely different. This is what real estate looks like. And I want it to look like you too. So I am Chris Haskins. I will be your pilot for the next few moments in time as we discuss private money. First of all, why do we want to discuss private money? Because, and I'm not even a teacher. Like, I'm not even qualified to be go to schools and universities and teach this stuff. The only thing that qualifies me is because I am a practitioner. This is what I do. Really, I'm in the business of doing, and I want you to be too. So when I think about what I do every day in real estate, it almost bubbles out of me when I bump into people and they say, Chris, I want to get into real estate, but I want to get into real estate, but I can't get financing. I want to get into real estate, but the only loan I can get is 20% down. I wanted to get into real estate, but XYZ financing. Have you ever wanted to get into real estate investing, but you don't have a way to put the money, what is it saying? Have you ever wanted to get in real estate investing, but you don't know how to raise the money? I'm gonna put my phone over here. Thank you. What's going on? Dave, SR, Carrie, in the building. I'm in the business of doing. You see, all this stuff I'm going to teach you. All this stuff I'm going to teach you is, Dave, thank you. None of this stuff works unless you do something. You got to do something. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. What's this stupid thing here? It's an honor to be with y'all. Okay. What is private money? All right. What is private money? Why do we want to deal with it? Why do we want to raise private money? So you're not at the whim. You're not at the sale. Put in the chat where you are, your name and where you're coming from, if you don't mind. Put in the chat where you are, where you're hailing from. I want to know what city, what state. Please put your name in the chat so I don't feel like I'm here alone. Listen, I don't do this for me. Well, I do this for me because I want to make sure I can explain this stuff. But I do this for you guys. So you go out there. You don't know how good it feels when I bump into somebody and they say, Chris, you have helped me make $100,000. Chris, you've helped me buy $1 million worth. This is the stuff that helps me live. This is the air that I breathe, being able to help you. because it don't matter about me. I'm good. I am here to be a mat, a carpet for you to get to the next level, the next destination in your life. So we want private money so we don't feel shackled. What happened to me back in 2010, 11, 12, 13, Angie in H-Town, I just watched Megan Thee Stallion's, I just watched her biography yesterday or whatever it was, documentary. If you haven't seen it yet, that Megan Thee Stallion thing is really, really crazy. That's really interesting. Dave, you're slow flipping. You're in Ohio. Cool. Carrie, Devon, Mississippi. Empress, NYC. What up, Empress? I appreciate you too. Jim, Fort Washington. Philly, Shannon out in Philly. What up? So we want to do this. So I had so many foreclosures. You see, I did real estate the wrong way, like a lot of us do. I did it the wrong way back in 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then when I found out that I had done it the wrong way, my empire started to crumble. 1 house, 2 houses, 3 houses. I'm just losing them left and right to foreclosure because I bought them with traditional financing. And that's why you're here today, so you can escape out of that. You can escape out of a term that I learned the other day called conceptual incarceration. We're going to get to all this stuff. We're going to talk about hard money and private money, how it all works. But I'm going to have to spend a few moments in time with you. You see, most of us are trapped in something we call, just a term I learned called conceptual, repeat after me, conceptual incarceration. Conceptual incarceration. You see, Roundup homies, we are incarcerated in the jail cell of our concepts in our minds. We are incarcerated in the box. We are stuck in the box of our lives based on the concepts that are swirling around up here. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord, Chris, why do you have to do this? Why you got to smack me up and shake me up so much through these trainings? Because it is the concepts that determines whether we will be able to buy and sell real estate. I finally came to this. I've been thinking about this stuff for weeks, trying to figure out how can I get to people. It is the concepts that's holding us back. We are conceptually incarcerated based on the ideas that are So when I talk to people, I'm like, I can't get into real estate because I believe the concept of traditional money is the only way we can get involved in real estate. Uh-oh. Man, I know this is going to really burn into some of you guys tonight. And it is the concept. So when I learned the concept back in 2010 of private money, that's when the shackles were taken off of me. That's when I actually broke out of the traditional financing in jail cell. And I want the same for you. I pray that I'm getting through to somebody this evening, because when I heard this message here, when God and the universe downloaded this message to my mind, conceptual incarcerated, we're incarcerated just by the concepts. Man, it really, really hit home for me. So, and I hope it will for you too. So private money, what is it? That is where we work with ordinary people. Private money is where we work with ordinary people to finance our real estate deals or acquisitions based on the equity and the value of the property. All right, let me say that again. Private money is where we work with ordinary individuals. My mentor used to say, ma and pa's, to finance, let's say, I'll go a little bit further, some or all of our real estate acquisitions and purchases with the equity and the profit of the property, based on the equity and the value of the property. All right, based on the equity and the value. So, do you think one time in my career that I have had a private money lender ask me for my credit score? Do you think one time in my entire life has one of my private lenders asked me to submit an application of profit and loss? Do you think for one time one of my private money lenders asked me to turn in my tax returns? And the answer is no. That's not how it works. You see, I want to transform you from traditional money over to the concept of private money. And I pray that you guys will get this tonight. So what do people usually do when they want to get into real estate and they want to do a flip? Let me do this disclaimer. My advisors tell me I got to do this. I, Chris Haskins, neither any of the members of my team are not an attorney. I'm not giving you any legal or professional advice. I'm not an accountant. If you get into this real estate business, make sure you go out there and get your own advisors to give you whatever professional advice they want to give you, so you don't come back to me and say, Chris, I tried this, I tried that. It didn't work. You said it was going to work. I'm going to get my violin, as I had to do with Dan the other night. I can't help everybody. I can't save everybody. I'm going to save a lot of us, but can't help everybody. One of our channel members, Derek. What's up, Derek? Thanks for coming in. We got another channel member, Deborah. Listen, guys, if you enjoy me prostituting my body up here for you and showing you how we do all this real estate unveiling, revealing, all this stuff that we do, there's a link right there below. It says join our channel. It will help support me. So my wife will say, Chris, you do all this stuff. What do you get? This is what helps keep the boat rolling. So there's a button down there. It says join. It helps me to keep this stuff coming out, and you get your question answered first, and you get to see all of our videos that come out before everybody else too. So I welcome you to come join our channel. All right. What do typical investors, new investors do? We talked about conceptual incarceration. We talked about defining private money. I'm in the business of doing. Most people go to hard money when they go to get into real estate, when they want to think about flipping a piece of property, right? Oh man, this is cool. I got a little shelf right here. They get into hard money. So you're welcome, Miss Deborah. Thank you. Thank you. Kenny, that's right. Get the lights up, and we'll do Q&A. And if it's a few of you guys, if anybody wants to place a quick phone call, I might bring the number. You let me know if anybody has a phone call, but we'll do Q&A at the end so we can get through this for the replay. What do most new investors or investors use to get into real estate? Hard money. Hard money is where you go to some type of institution and they loan you the money based on the value of the asset, not necessarily on your credit. Okay. So Jesse, when you're getting into business, most people are looking for hard money because hard money lenders, they are in the business of loaning money. They are in the business of taking people that want to get into real estate and looking at their whole situation and financing them based on the value of that asset. Now, private money lenders are not even in the business of loaning money when we first meet them. They don't even know what private money is until you do, as the good book says, speak. I am such an amateur at the good book, but as I'm studying, I'm following Myron Golden, looking how he's doing it. The good book says he spoke. He spoke. If the creator of the universe had to speak, why do you think you do not have to? So private money lenders, we have to actually speak to them to tell them what we're doing. And I'm going to go over here shortly. Well, Chris, I want to talk to him, but I don't know what to say. I got you covered. I got a whole prospectus here, y'all. We're going to go over, I'm going to cover, dude, after today, you are going to be so all to the good. We're going to go over my private lending prospectus. And at the end, I'm going to give everybody today only 2 bonuses. You're going to get all my documents. You're going to get everything. Chris, why do you do it? I don't know why I do it. I do not know. Because I love you. I know why. Because I love you. I want to see you succeed. I'm probably one of the few guys out here. So hard money is going to be institutional. They will loan you money based on all this stuff we're going to go over. So let's look at it. Hard money. How does it work? Usually they charge you points when you go to buy a piece of real estate. Now, hard money lenders will loan money to newbies. They'll loan money to people that are experienced as well. But generally speaking, it is going to be extremely expensive. You see, what master real estate investors have learned, all of the people that I know that have taught me, master real estate investors know how to control expenses. Repeat after me. Master real estate investors have learned how to control expenses. And one of the biggest expense in real estate, one of the biggest expense outside of taxes, I can't help you with that on this training, but I can't help you with another training. Master real estate investors we have to control expenses. And one of the things how we do that is by using private money. You can't control nothing when you're using traditional money because they are set. They have their fees. So usually when you have points, what is a point? 1% of the amount of the loan. Let's say you bought $100,000 from a hard money lender. You're going to pay $1,000 to $5,000 at closing to borrow this money. Okay. Now here's the magic with private money lenders. How many points do they, generally speaking, charge you at closing? 0. And, for some of y'all that, I know some of y'all don't like to do a lot of reading. I was thinking about this as I was doing this together. So let me do this little $sign there. Okay, is that a little bit? Does that look a little bit better? All right, 0, if you're one of my Latin homies, Latino homies. Okay, hard money lenders will loan you the money. However, their interest rate is usually between 12 and 14, sometimes 15%. So not only are you walking in the door $1,000 to $5,000 at closing, you are also paying an astronomical amount of interest to borrow their money. Generally speaking, what are we paying private money lenders to loan us their money? Generally speaking, 6 to 8%. 8% APR. APR. Now, a lot of us, we might have to do a very quick training on what interest is. APR. Let me know in the chat. Anybody tell me what APR is? Y'all gonna talk to me tonight. Y'all not gonna have me up here all doing all the talking. What is APR? Somebody tell me what APR is in the chat. And nobody said anything about my new shirt. Y'all, I'm like, I went shopping, paid $17. Got a new shirt on. Golly, can't even. Jim buys houses. That's absolutely right. Annual percentage rate. I'm not talking about percentage of the profit. I'm not talking about percentage of the equity. I'm not talking about percentage of the ROI that we're going to be getting. Annual percentage rate. That's right. Thank you, Derek. I went to Target. I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, you know, I got to be honest with y'all. My life really changed when I stopped wearing designer clothes. It's so crazy. I'm not attributing my life to my clothes, but I'm like, when I stopped worrying about polo, stopped worrying about these designer clothing and all this stuff on my body, it's like, as soon as I stopped spending money on that, my income went crazy. It was really weird. So now I'm a Walmart, Target, and maybe JCPenney's once in a while, but hopefully I can give y'all some of what has brought me here today. Why are we spending money on designer clothes? I'm not saying I like nice stuff, but if you want to go do it, it's cool. But I would rather take that $300-400 and buy some training, buy some books, go to a seminar, whatever. So when I started shopping at Target, my money really flip-flopped. It's crazy. So interest rate, 6 to 8% APR. So we're borrowing $100,000 here. We're paying $12,000 to $14,000 if we held it for a year. Over here with private money, we're paying $6,000 to $8,000 to hold the money for a year. That's annual percentage rate. So let's break that down very quickly for my Roundup homies that don't understand. Coles, Dave, you're going to go, okay, I ain't mad at that. Paisley, thank y'all. Thank you, man. Darn. I spent my $17. So let's do both of them. Why not? Let's say we bought $100,000 at, let's do the middle, 13%. Times 0.13. That's $13,000 for the year divided by 12. That's $1,000 a month at 13%. Now over here with our private money lenders, we borrow $100,000 times, let's say 0.7%, 0.7, that's 7,000 divided by 12. So we're only spending $583 over here. And remember, what is one of the rules to master real estate investors? We have learned how to control expenses. Say it after me, y'all. Master real estate investors have learned how to control expenses. All right. Burlington. Okay, I might hit Burlington too. I'm so done with these stupid designer clothes. Y'all have no idea. I was the boy, had to have Timberland. I had to have my Ralph Lauren, $200. I'm like, and I believe we suffer as a community from lack of self-worth. So we have to wear this stuff so people will think we're worth something. And I learned every time that I go to a foreclosure auction, y'all, 100% of the time, these fools look like bums. They're walking in with busted shoes, old jeans, their shirts all ripped up, hair ain't even cut, but they pull out several $100,000 cashier's checks out of their pocket. You know, so I'm like, which one do I want to be? The guy that bank account low, but looking good. Well, I want to look good with don't care how I look with the big bank account. So maybe you can do both. I mean, eventually we get to do both. But I wasn't able to do both at the beginning. Okay, loan to value. How high will a hard money lender, or usually a traditional lender, loan you based on the value of that property? Let's say you're buying a piece of property for $100,000, just hypothetically. Usually, traditional or hard money will only loan you 70 to 80% of that 100, which is going to be $70K. Okay, so these are usually the rules. Why is that? Because they want to protect themselves. Okay, now with private money, what is going to be the loan to value that they'll loan you? Up to 100%, y'all. Up to 100%. And let me explain that, because as we will go over in a moment through my prospectus, we're already buying at a discount. So you might, even though you're buying it at 100, it might be worth 250. So is it okay for you to borrow a whole $150,000 to do the whole project and you're still at 70%? That's completely fine. But you better know what you're doing. Okay. Next, hard money and traditional money. The terms usually for these loans are 6 to 12 months. That means you got to pay that money back between this time frame. And then if you don't, we'll get to that in a minute. Terms on private money, guys. 100% flexible. How many times have I gotten to a situation where I went over the agreed upon time frame? How many times where I have to pay a guy back and I say, I don't have it all now, but I've got this. And they are completely flexible with me paying them back at different increments other than the 6 to 12 months, y'all. In fact, I've held on money to some guys for 5, 6, 7 years. We're gonna get to all that in a minute. That's right. Looking poor has its advantages. And it ain't like you know your value. I know my value when I walk out of the property. I walk out my front door. Fees, y'all. When you're dealing with traditional money, they are going to require an appraisal. They are going to require processing fees. You might have credit report fee, inspection fee, document prep fee, it's so many different fees that you got to pay. You're talking about this could be another $2,000. You got underwriting fees, and somebody is looking at you going to borrow it, looking at the property, looking at all this stuff. And these fees add up. I've seen them $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 on closing disclosures when people are going to get these loans. And it ain't cool. And that is not controlling expenses. So fees on private money, you got it right. How did you know? Derek, how did you know? Deborah? None. I have yet to have a private money lender say, you know what, Chris, we're going to need you to pay for this appraisal, this home inspection. We got to pay for doc prep. We got to pay for delivery. We got to pay for inspection of the first draw. We got to pay a follow-up inspection on the second draw. It just doesn't exist. So the only thing using traditional and hard money that I think that we should consider if we're new, this second eyes opinion. Second eyes opinion means somebody else is overlooking what you're doing because the hard money lender doesn't want you to lose money. Yes, they want to make money, but they don't want you to lose money. So when you're using traditional money, you do have somebody else looking at the deal for you. But when you're using private money, you are on your own, which means you must have a skill sets, right? You got to have some skill sets. I don't want you, if you're brand new out there, borrowing ma and pa's money to go screw it up. You see, the problem is with us as humans, we want somebody else to finance 100% of our hopes, dreams, and aspirations. Why do we have that in our minds? That's not how it works. How it works is when you show up to the deal, bringing some value, bringing a skill set, bring a little bit of money to put into the deal. That's when people will loan you money to do real estate. Okay, so our next phase of this training is going to be talking about the tools. Somebody say tools. Type into the chat. You already have me up here. Tools. And then I'm gonna show you where we find these people at. Somebody put into the chat tools. When we meet with ma and pa, you're going to have something called a prospectus. Now, everybody that watches this today is going to get, if you download my prospectus, it's in the video description to follow along. I'm going to give you my deed of trust and my promissory note for today only. Tools. That's right, Jim. Dr. Fearless. Thank you, Deborah. This is the tools. You know, it's so crazy when you go meet somebody. Who are you to think you're gonna meet with somebody? How you doing, Miss Smith? Nice to meet you. I want to borrow money. I'm gonna borrow $150,000. I'm gonna pay you 8%. And yeah, I'm a nice guy. Here's a picture of the property. Okay, thank you. No. And then somebody else, and then we show up. Miss Smith, nice to meet you. Let me show you how this works. Well, we got boom, 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 boom. And the next thing is this is the next phase, boom, boom, boom here. And here's some pictures of some other properties we've done. And let me tell you about the broker that we deal with and the title company that you see how this works. As I'm aging, it is so easy to stand just a little bit. I was with Tony Robbins. He was talking about 2 degrees or 2% or whatever. He's like, the difference between water that's 210 degrees and water that's 212 degrees is water at 210 is not boiling and water at 212 is boiling. 2 degrees. What I'm learning now, it is so easier to set yourself apart from the rest of the market just by having the right tools, y'all. Okay, I mean, I can't stress to you enough that everybody's here. All you got to be is slightly above. That's it. Hey, listen, by the way, if I'm pouring into y'all, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button down there. And while you're getting all of this wealth of information that it took me 20 years to put it all together for you, share with some of your homies, share with a family member, share with a friend that's trying to understand, you know what, I need to really change my life because banks ain't financing me. Okay, so in the video description below, if you are interested in investing with yourself, you can get I'm going to go over all this stuff right now. You're going to see everything. Thank you. Oh, I'm blocking the board. Oh, damn, my bad. Sorry about that, y'all. Did I do it on here? How do y'all like my little new papers we got here, man? I learned this. I got coaching and training. People training me too on all this stuff. So I'm not just out here winging it. You can't just be winging it. All right, so we got that. Boom. Let's get into our prospectus here, y'all. Let's get in our prospectus. Sorry about that, Deborah. So if you are so inclined, you could download my prospectus, or as some people will call it, a presentation, in the video description. Everybody that downloads it within the next day will get my deed of trust and my promissory note for no charge. I'm going to include it. You'll be able to download it when you're checking out, okay? So let's go over this stuff together. Let's go. What does this stuff look like? What does it look like? Bring it up. Here we go, y'all. Let's do this. I'll bring it up on another screen over there. And I'm so not like a professional. I'm like, dude, I'm just not like, that shit didn't even work. I'm not like a professional speaker. Like, I don't do this for a living. We buy real estate for a living. Let me present, share screen. Thank you guys for y'all attention tonight too. All right, here we go. This is called a prospectus. Sometimes I want to say prospectus. Now, you can Google it, but there are no offerings on the market. There are no offerings unless a company creates a prospectus to give to somebody. Prospectus. Say that 3 times. Prospectus. So your prospectus is what you use when you go meet with a private lender to bring them into the world of, say, a real estate investor, bringing them into your world. We don't show up with new lenders without having something in our hands to give them. You see, when we meet with them and they see, look at this, y'all. Sorry, I got to come back. I'll be back. When they see you walking to the meeting, Miss Smith, how you doing? Nice meeting you. Let's do this. Well, the first step is going to be blah, 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 blah. When they see you have taken the time to prepare, I'm here to tell you that it's the reason you're here. Because why? I took all day to prepare to give you this speech, right? Because I'm not going to waste your time because you don't have time to waste. Neither do I. Okay, so you're prepared when you show up with a prospectus. Okay, so this is it. Let's take a look at what's inside of it. Oops, sorry about that. Boom. Now, this is our presentation when we meet with him. Now, you can do this when you are dealing with Multiple people, I like to do it to a group of people in a room or one-on-one with people when you're sitting down with them at the table. Okay. Get prepared. The tools. That's right. Ivy. You're right. You gotta get these tools, y'all. What? Well, Miss Smith, a high rate of return safely. What is private mortgage lending? What is private? I know your time is valuable, Miss Smith. So what is private mortgage lending? Most people have no idea. And WIIFM, that is the main thing. This is why you're here. What's in it for me? You don't give a hill of beans about me. No disrespect. I understand, but you are here for me to pour into you. That's what I'm doing. I'm transferring energy over to you right now. Energy transfer. And that's what you want to do when you're dealing with your private lenders. You want to transfer that energy over to them. Oops, did I mess this up? Okay, cool. Now, Miss Smith, I am here to offer you something that is what do we offer? A safe alternative to bank CDs, stock market, mutual funds, and annuities. Okay, and now I've had to update this thing. If anybody has this thing from before, I've had to update it to digital currencies. If anybody knows, digital currencies is going crazy. Crypto, Bitcoin went from like 69 to 85 over in the last few days. But see, the problem, Ms. Smith, is digital currency. When do you buy and when do you sell? Do you know that? Do you know when to hold? Have you been trained on doing that? I don't know. Maybe you have been trained. So on our agenda today, we are going to be discussing my private investor program, our background and success record, and a company overview. You see, first I want to ask you, do you know how the banks make money? Let me blow this up a little bit for y'all. Sorry about that. Give me a second. Let me make it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger for you. How do we do that? Oh, view. Where are we at now? 125. Okay, let's talk about how the banks. Oops, that's not the right one. There we go. Is it a little bit bigger for y'all? Can y'all see that? I know a lot of y'all on the phone. Can y'all see that joint? Okay, good. All right. Let's talk about the most secure place to keep your bank, to keep your money. Your bank. Now, Ms. Smith, you may or may not know this, which I didn't know this years ago. How does your bank make money? Well, Ms. Smith, I'm glad you asked, because I didn't know. Well, they take in huge sums of money on deposits from you. Ms. Smith, that's from you. Or CDs. Shit, they're making money every day. They then pay you from 1% to 3% per year. And then they loan the money out at a higher rate of interest to other people to buy houses like me. The bank's favorite loan is what? The bank's favorite loan is what? Who knows what the bank's favorite loan is? Real estate. You don't see people standing in line, y'all, to go borrow money to buy stock. You don't see people in line to go borrow money to buy annuities, to buy treasuries, to buy bonds. You just don't see it, right? But what do you see people standing in line to go borrow money from at the bank? It's one thing. Real estate. And this is why I am like a real estate guy. Our country is based on real estate, y'all. Okay, so that's why you're here. And if you want my prospectus, it's in everybody that download this prospectus will get my deed of trust and my promissory notes in the video description for free today only, or mortgage. That's right, Dave and Adam. The deed of trust is nothing but a mortgage. Same thing. It's the same thing. I can't. Sorry, y'all. I'm such an amateur at working this thing. It's ridiculous. Now, Ms. Smith, my proposal to you, let's cut out the middleman. Why is it that you and I can't just do business together? Why can't you just loan me the money directly? Because the bank is going to pay you 2 to 3%, and then they're going to loan it to me for 7%. So can we just cut out the middleman and you do business directly with me? So this Roundup, as you're talking to your private money lender, your prospect, with your prospectus, this is how you're going to explain it to them. Okay. Thanks for y'all patience, because I do not know how to work this thing too well. Well, here's an overview. Well, what do? We buy and sell discounted real estate, single family houses, only anywhere from $150 to $500,000. To buy houses, we'd rather borrow the money directly from private individuals, and we pay you 6 to 8% to use your money instead of the bank, just like a bank CD. So we're in the minds, y'all. We have to get into the minds of our lender. What do people with money understand? CDs. How our system works. We locate a property to purchase at well below market value. That's the skill set that you got to build into yourself. We borrow the money from you to purchase and fix up the property, and we have a formal closing, and you get a mortgage on the property with other important documents. You see, the availability of the cash allows us to buy at a huge discount. And that's what people don't understand. Like, how can you buy houses so cheap? Well, Smith, how our program looks. Well, that's you on the left-hand side, Miss Smith. You are our private investor. You mail the funds in, or you could bring it in yourself, doesn't matter, or wire it, whatever you want to do. Really, some people, I'm going to tell y'all, some people just enjoy being in a mix. Some of my investors, some of my lenders, they just want to be Chris. I'm going to go to the property. I'm going to walk through it with you. I'm going to meet the contractors. I want to see I want to see the delivery of the materials, all this stuff. Some people just want to be hands-on, and I'm not mad at that, because with the stock market, what do? You hit a button, and then you're just hands-off. I can't. That's not how we operate. The first step, you're going to get 3 documents to secure your investment: a deed of trust / mortgage, promissory note, and insurance. You are the bank. We are going to purchase the property, Miss Smith, and then we're going to do a complete remodel: new kitchens, bath, windows, roof, siding, flooring, all that stuff, paint. Or we might do new construction. We might buy a house, tear it down, and build a brand new house. And you will receive 6 to 8% interest on your money when the property sells. Interest only. You see, years ago I used to do monthly payments, and then that really, really, really burned me out. Can you imagine having millions of dollars, payments going out every month? Once again, going back to master investors learn how to control expenses. Monthly payments on loans? In fact, we don't make monthly payments. We do something called a no payment loan. Somebody type in the chat, no payment loan. Somebody type in the chat, no payment. I want to do a no payment loan. I didn't know what the hell a no payment loan was. Like, what is a no payment loan, Chris? Well, I'm getting ready to tell you. Ms. Smith, you'll receive a high rate of return. Our attorney cuts your check back to you at closing. You'll receive your 6% interest, simple interest payable when we sell the property, or you can go to the bank CD and get whatever they're going to give you, See, we make this thing exciting. We make it sexy. This is when I talk to you about no payment loans. I never forget the first time I was conceptual. Remember, conceptual incarceration. We are bound by the concepts that are swirling around in our minds. No payment loans. No payment loans. No payment loans. You see, we borrow the money here at 6 to 8%, and we only make a payment back to the lender when the property sells. We don't make monthly payments because that's more outgo. And what happens when your outgo exceeds your income? Hold on, nobody put in the chat, no payment loans. All right, y'all gonna make me stop. Y'all messing with me tonight. No payment loans. We only make payments on loans to our investors when the property sells, y'all. That's it. There's no other reason to make a payment. And what's so magical about that is you don't have expense going out every month. So every month the interest is accruing, right? So if you borrow, let's say You borrow 100,000 for 7 months, then you just divide it by 12, 100,000, 7%, boom, make the payment when the property sells. That, my friends, is how you do real estate. My son is having a ball. This fool's going crazy. I'm glad y'all can't hear him. Am I here? Where we at? Our pledge to you. We guarantee you 6%, 6 to 8% simple interest as long as we hold the property. Your interest rate won't change. It's not like the market where it's doing this roller coaster, right? Comparison example. Now here is where we're going to get into some of the moving parts. Okay, we're not doing bad. Get your questions ready, y'all. Get your questions. We're going to do Q&A in a few moments. Comparison example. If you give me $50,000 at 8%, that's $4,000 for the year. Or monthly accrued interest, $330 a month. A bank CD is going to pay you 3%, total $1,500 a year. That's a difference of $2,500, y'all. So when you download my prospectus, you're going to get these, some of the before and afters. Oh, I'm sorry, some of my property examples. Look at that. So this is the property we actually bought. Foreclosure, $60,000, repairs. This person loaned me $50,000 at that time. So your loan term, 12 months, and we like to borrow money. We set it all up for 12 months, but usually we could pay it back quicker, unless we're borrowing money for like a long-term hold or something. So your loan terms, Ms. Smith, are going to be $291 a month, and that interest will just accrue. Here's some other properties we did. Martin Avenue. This person loaned me $15,000. That's back when I don't even take smaller loans. I was doing that at the time, but I don't do smaller loans anymore. This property is worth $129. Your term with 6 months, average interest on $1,500 is going to be $600. And we pay out APR. Here's some other examples. Now, this is how we explain to people, how is your money secured? Well, Ms. Smith, there is always plenty of equity above your loan. You see, we never borrow more than 70% of the value of the property. Well, if the property's, how does that make sense, Ms. Smith? Well, if the property's worth $250 after repair value, or you can say fair market value when after it's fixed up, the equity left for the repairs and profit is that next line there, is the green you see. The money we bring to the closing to protect your loan is what is going to be the dark yellow, and then your loan is going to be way at the bottom. You see, I had to come to the realization that our profit is way down the line when it comes to doing business. Our profits, I don't even care about it. Me and you, I'm not worried about our profit. This is the order of money coming into the business, is how we have to treat it. Number one, return of investments. You got to make sure that the money you put out can come back, the money you borrow. That's number one. Number two, we are worried about the profit for our lenders and investors next. All right, that's number two. Number three is going to be your profit. So you're way down the line when it comes to the money-making process. Number one, we got to protect the capital. We got to protect their money. Number two, we got to make sure my people make money. And then three, I'm going to make a little bit, I might make some money when it's all left over. So if you categorize, and here we go with the concepts, if you get that concept right, other people, their money, then you'll be able to make as much as you can do. You'll be able to make more than enough, okay? Hey, TT, what's up? You pee-pee? You want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Want to say hi? Sorry, y'all. I got a visitor. Y'all can. Oh, boy. Say, hey, what's going on, y'all? You are getting so heavy. See you later. Do you have to scream all night or? Okay. What happened? Did you pee-pee? I see. All right. Sorry, y'all. Thanks for bearing with me. I got a 4-year-old. What can I say? This is how it is how it is in the Haskins home. Next is going to be some other slides we got here. Oh yeah, we'll go over this last one and then you can. What happens to my investment if Chris dies? Ms. Smith, I'm so glad you asked that question. You see, you can learn a lot by watching 8 Mile. He destroyed himself. He put out all the bad things before the client gets to say them about himself. You really could take notes on that movie. It did very well. And it was actually that soundtrack is what started me off. We got our publishing deal on that. I can show you all the plaque. I got the 8-mile plaque in my other room. I don't even show it anymore. What happens if I die? Well, our business is structured to sell properties. We have a specific real estate broker, Jeanette McKellum, who will take the property and sell it at market value. And our LLC will sell the property, and your principal and interest, remember we got APR, earned will be paid as shown by your lien on the property. Okay, so they get a lien just like a regular bank. All right, there's some other slides we got in here. Why do people work with us? Consistency, y'all. Before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. I could go house and house after house. I got a whole bunch of house pictures here before and after. And that's in the presentation too. This is with the prospectus that we're going over right now. And icing on the cake is people's IRAs. We provide our safe alternative to the stock market. Yes, this can be done using your IRA as well. How many people have I trained? I can't believe I'm the guy that's training on this now. I really can't believe that I get to tell people. Your IRA can loan money to us. I have a $170,000 loan out right now to somebody. So your IRA, your self-directed Roth IRA, we use a company called Equity Trust Company. They don't pay me anything. I got to change that. They got to start paying me. Our mission to provide newly renovated housing at fair market value for today's buyer. We got some other slides. So this is as you're talking to them. And then at the end, what's that another thing there? Next step is, we're glad you decided to work with us. Any questions? These words have real meaning to us: integrity, honesty, teamwork, consistency. Now this is when you're sitting down with someone, y'all. And once again, I'm an amateur at the good book, but you're gonna have to learn how to flap your lips. If he had to speak it, I was talking to my daughter earlier. It says it right there. Then he spoke. I'm like, if the creator of the universe had to speak, why do we think we can get out of this life and have all this increase and have all this cash flow and all this financial success without having to speak to anybody? Now, there are some internet guys that can do this stuff. I know that. But we're talking about real assets here. We're talking about real estate. What's up, buddy?
I found it.
You found it?
I found it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. We're almost done. I'm so sorry, y'all. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. I don't want to be mean to my kid. I do this so I can be home to hang out with him, I do this to hang out with him. Yes, their money secured by deed of trust. We're going to go over into all that in a minute. No payment loan. You right about that. Robert, you got it. Yellis, no payment loan. Kenny, no payment loans. Darnell, Ron, no payment loans. How many people here? Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry, y'all. I didn't plug the camera up. 1 second, y'all. I got the wrong charger in the battery. You know what? The enemy is really trying to mess with me tonight. The enemy trying to mess with me tonight, y'all. We got something for you, though. Enemy messing with me tonight. How many people think that they could get involved with real estate if they didn't have to make a payment on the loan until the house was sold? That's how I want your life to be. Okay, this is what I want for y'all. I really do, because I don't want to be the only one that gets to do this stuff. So this is what my life looks like now. Let me show y'all something. This is how we borrow money from people. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something so cool. So cool. This is how we do it. So now I get an email. One of my lenders, he goes, "Ooh, Chris, I'm planning." This is one of my lenders. Shoot, this is one of my lenders that loans me money from his IRA. How is this thing doing this? Let me zoom in. Zoom. Y'all see this? Tina, this is him talking to his IRA custodian. He's CCing me. This is how we borrow money. I plan on loaning Chris Haskins $102,000 from my IRAs in the next few days. Can you please pull the funds from the money market account? I'm leaving on Monday to go out of the country, so we are trying to make this quick. Chris will send the notes and the deed of trust to me, and I will approve and send to you. Chris, note total 102.5 Roth IRA. There it is, y'all. Chris, please draft the notes, get them notarized, and send to me. I will approve and send to Tina. This is what I want for you, y'all. This is what I want for you. And remember, at the beginning of our training, we talk about being conceptually incarcerated. Did you know that there is more money in the system than you could ever borrow to buy any house that you want? So real quick, let's get into Q&A. I got one other thing I need to go over. Dr. Fearless, my bad. I can't be dogging my kid out, man. I do this so I can be home with him. I'm like, darn it, I can't. Promissory note. Okay, so the first document we're going to get is going to be the deed of trust. Deed of trust. Let me go to 150. Let's go over the docs, y'all. And anybody, all of you, all of my Roundup homies that invest in my private lending prospectus, that's what that is. When you show up to Miss Smith or Miss Harris or Mr. Brown, you get it nice bound and you leave it with them. You present this joint, you like, look, this is yours to keep. Good talking to you, boom. And you don't seem needy. Don't seem like you begging for money. I'm providing an opportunity out here in the hood. I'm providing a high rate of return. I'm providing jobs for the realtors. I'm providing jobs for the contractors. I'm providing jobs for the loan originators. I'm providing jobs for the inspectors. I'm providing jobs for the appraisers. I'm providing jobs for the city assessors, for the city treasury, the roofing company. All this stuff you're doing, being a real estate investor, it's important. And you're providing jobs and value for your lenders. So don't go over there like you trying to beg, can you work with me in doing this deal? Look, I'm doing this. We provide this. You're interested in doing this? If not, we're on to the next. Okay? Your posture will determine how successful you are. I'm telling y'all, it is so amazing when you meet somebody and you say, look, this is what I can do for you. Nice to know you. Nice speaking with you. I'll follow up with you soon. Boom, go to the next. Don't worry about it. If they say no, cool. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about them saying no. In fact, I don't care if you say no to me. I mean, we're going to get the money somehow. Shit. All right. So this is our deed of trust. Oh, this is a deed of trust? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It says right there. This is the first document that you're going to get securing your lender's investment. We got 100 people on here. I better see some thumbs up down there, y'all. I got a new shirt on. I'm prostituting my body for you. Now, this is your deed of trust. This is how it reads. This deed of trust made and entered to this date in between type borrower's name. That's going to be our trust. Remember, we never buy real estate in our name. The trust is borrowing the money. Hereinafter referred to as grantor in your title company, whatever state, whatever title company you're using. Witnesses, blah, blah, blah. The grantor hereby grants and conveys unto the trustee the general warranty and trust to secure unto, this is your lender's name here, herein referred to as note holder or their successor, and assigns the payment of note or other contract for the payment of money executed by any one or more of the grantors dated whatever date. And the principal sum amount of $5,000. I'm sorry, $55,000. Sorry about that. Plus interest and charges according with the terms of that note or contract. Now we're going to get to the note in a minute. The property shall also secure reimbursement to the note holder and the trustees for any and all costs. All right, now, what does that mean? The property shall also secure. Remember, we talked about return of investments. Everybody's worried about a big ROI, return on investment. I'm like, look, I ain't even got there yet. I just met you. Let me show you how I can secure your money before I'm going to take you out here to go make you all this money, right? Why are you talking about what you can do for me? I didn't know how I'm secured. You get hit by a bus, struck by lightning, UFO, come pick you up. I need to know that first. And that is why I believe we are able to borrow as much money as we do, okay? So these are the two lines that we need to go over, and then we're going to keep this thing moving. I got to get the Q&A. Now, subject to note holder's approval, grantor may substitute the collateral for the note to another property under the following conditions. Substitute property must have equity equal to or greater than the outstanding principal. I misspelled principal. Balance. Sorry about that. Principal. Oh no. What just happened? You know, I am really hands-on with this. Hold on, let me, golly. Gotta undo that. What did I just do? I got two screens I'm trying to operate on now, y'all. Maybe I'll just stay over here. Undo that. Okay. Substitute property must have equity equal to or greater than the outstanding principal balance on the note at the time of substitution. This is 150. Number 2, the cash flow on the substituted property must be equal to or greater than the committed payment on the note at the time of substitution. Okay. So what does this all mean here? Do y'all know? I'm getting ready to blow your mind on this. Golly, I hope y'all appreciate this. Do you know you can borrow money on let me do this. You could borrow money on house A. Oh man. Shoot. Here's house A. Did you know you could borrow money? Here we go, y'all. Check this out. You could borrow money on house A. And then when you sell the property, you can take the loan that you got from that lender and move it to property B. Let me say that again. This is the power of dealing with private money and not dealing with banks and traditional lenders. When I borrow $100,000 for property A and it's secured and all that, when I sell the property based on the language in the deed of trust, I can move that same money to the next property that I'm going to be buying. And I don't have to worry about doing a whole another loan process with my lender. So this is why you got to have the right language in your documents, somebody put in the tools. You better have the right tools. And in real estate, I'm just here to tell y'all, the language are the tools. The language that you put into these documents, that is the tools, okay? And that's what I mean by making this thing sexy. You need to make this thing sexy. I can move, what are you talking about, Chris? You can move that around? You talking about moving the chessboard under the players? That is what moving and substituting collateral for is. I get chills when I even say that stuff. Whew, good Lord, moving the chessboard under the play. Yes, you can do that. All right, so almost done. That was a deed of trust. Now let's talk about our promissory note. This is our promissory note, y'all. 150. Let me do this, scoot it over there. If you have not already, I'm giving y'all this for if you invest this evening. I'm giving you this. I'm going to give you my deed of trust with all that language. I'm going to give you my promissory note included with the prospectus. If you get this evening, if you get this within the next day, and if you're watching this after that, you can still get it. It's just going to cost you a few dollars. If you get this right now within the next few hours, today, you get my prospectus, and I'm going to throw in my deed of trust / mortgage and my promissory note for you because I want to see you succeed, okay? We got 105 people. Y'all better get them likes up. Y'all best to get them likes up, homies. Okay. Oh, to download the presentation and all that stuff is right in the video description below. We got homies on IG. IG. What's the best name? IG. If you got questions, I'll get to IG questions after we do YouTube and Facebook questions. Here's my note, y'all. Promissory note. This is what we fill out for every property we do. For value received, that's going to be the $55,000. Borrower name is going to be our trust, whose address is. Maker promises to pay without set-off deductions or counterclaim of any kind or nature to lender name, whose address is blank. Payee or holder as the address of payee listed for this note, the sum of $55,000. This note will be a balloon note with payment due in full on or before October 1st, 2021, or whatever month you got, 12 months out. Borrower, here's the magic. Borrower will pay interest at the annual rate of 8% interest will accrue. Interest will accrue only on amounts loaned. Number 1, the balance due on the note shall become immediately due and payable with interest at 8%. The holder has, hold up, that's not right. That's right, interest. You see, there's no monthly payments. 12 months out, that's when it's due. 12 months out. So the remedy, I don't need to go over the remedies with y'all. Yeah, y'all can read the remedies later because we're not going to have to worry about the remedies. 8%, make waves, all that. That's all. That's all. Same thing. Subject to note holder's approval, grantor may substitute the collateral, substitute property equal. So you can move the note, y'all. Move the note and move the lien and the deed of trust / mortgage. I want y'all to understand this is extremely important. This note will balloon in 12 months. I need y'all to get that. You see, we have nothing. This note has nothing to do with monthly payments. It doesn't say no. It says it's due 8%, 12 months. Now, if you pay it off earlier, then you calculate that in there. But that is just the language you put in there, y'all. I've been writing these notes here for the last, 10 years. And we probably make them even more specific now. There's no monthly payment. You can add that into if you want. Okay. Let's get to some Q&A. Where do we find these people? Open your mouth. Open your mouth. I got one other thing I'm going to show y'all that we've done. My little boy is going bananas. One place you can look is at the courthouse, y'all. One place you can look is at the courthouse. Let me show y'all this, and then we're going to get to Q&A. Y'all have been really good tonight. Oh, shoot, sorry. Y'all been really good tonight, man. Not coming up. How do we find what some of these people look like? Well, I'm glad you asked. So what you can do is take your behind down to the courthouse, and you can look for other IRAs that are already loaning money to other investors like me. Okay? A self-directed Roth IRA is going to be my favorite type of lender. So here's I pulled this. I went to the courthouse just to pull this. And I usually don't even share this until people come into they pay to come into my trainings. So what do we do here? We search at the top, instrument type, DOT, deed of trust. Okay. Now, what type of lender is this? The grantee, number 2, right there. Equity trust company. That's who we're looking for. We're looking for people that are loaning money out of their IRAs. All right. This is the deed of trust right in Norfolk, Virginia that I pulled. Let me show you what it looks like. Oh, that ain't it. I'm sorry, y'all. Next page. This is the copy. I'm showing y'all an actual deed of trust. This is what you're going to look for when you go down there. Purchase money, deed of trust is right there. Property address. What could you do, y'all, possibly to see the property address? Do you think you could either send them a letter or stop by to see what's going on over there? It's right there. It's public record. This deed of trust made 15-day January, Slate Rock Realty, whatever. This is the actual deed of trust. And for the benefit of Equity Trust Company, custodian for the benefit of Catherine Hazlitt, 200 IRA, whose address is, that's Equity Trust address. But do you think you can find Catherine Hazlitt? Did I just show you where the lenders are, y'all? Please, somebody give me a thumbs up down there if I'm working for y'all. This is exactly who we're looking for, y'all. Other lenders that are already loaning money out to people. Now, I've got a whole thick. I'll be right back. Let me show you. I'm gonna show y'all. I went to the courthouse. But why did I do this? Because I am a person that thinks about this stuff. These are all, look at this. Let me show you. These are all private lenders that I went to the courthouse to find that they were already loaning money to other people. And I got a printout of all this mess, and I went to several different courthouses. I got stacks of papers over there to see who else was loaning out money with the title Equity Trust Company, because I know that's who loans money. That's who I use as a custodian. Now you see, are we able to connect the dots for you? Are we able to help you with the concepts that are keeping you incarcerated and swirling around in your mind to keep you thinking you got to use a traditional lender to go out here? All right, I'm done. I'm done. Can I get a clap? I'm done. I'm done, y'all. I'm going to take Q&A, but I'm done. So I pray that you will now understand all the terms we use to borrow money from ordinary people. I pray now you know where these people are. They're not hiding. You just got to know where to look. I'm being a little forceful with you right now because I am sick and tired of hearing people in my community and my culture say, man, I just came, my credit is XYZ, man. I ain't filed my taxes in XYZ. I ain't do this. I don't have a profit and loss because I'm self-employed. I'm not, my bank statements, my job. I just started my job a few months ago. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm waiting to do this. I'm trying to do this. It drives me up the wall because I know I'm borrowing money based on an email or a text. I have some other text messages here I wanted to show y'all, but I'm out of time. I want to show none of this stuff's irrelevant. None. I mean, none of this stuff's relevant. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I get emotional when I start thinking about this stuff. Derek, if you go to the RIA group, aren't there people that will allow you to borrow from their IRA? Absolutely, Derek. That is a phenomenal place to look. In fact, that's where I met some of my private money lenders. That's where I met some of them. That is a phenomenal place to go. Yes. We'll do Q&A. I really have done a lot to y'all. Dr. Fearless, thank you so much for not dogging me out too hard. Thank you for not dogging me out. Get your questions in. How do we get my prospectus? Alice, I'm glad you asked. Right below, there's a link right in the show notes below. You got to click more to get to it. In fact, maybe I'll put it in the chat too. Here you go. I'll put it in the chat. I appreciate you for supporting. Supporting. And everybody that downloads my prospectus within the next day. Everybody that downloads my prospectus within the next day will get my deed of trust. Prospectus here. I put it in the chat. You can just click the chat. And anybody that downloads my prospectus within the next day will get my deed of trust and my promissory note for free. I'm going to include it in there. After that, you've got to pay for it. It costs you a few more dollars. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Ivy. Chris, you're good. We know what it's like to have preschooler. Okay. These kids. You know, you ain't a man until you have a kid take a shit in the tub. Like you think you're big and bad? I promise you ain't done nothing till you have a 4-year-old take a dump in the tub, get out of the tub, get on the toilet, smear it everywhere. It is such a joy to be able to deal with these people. Okay. Questions, y'all. We'll put some questions in the chat here. And yes, I will include my deed of trust and promissory note for all that comes in and gets set this evening. That's right, Dave. Go to the courthouse, look for recent deed filings. Well, it don't got to be recent shit. People have been loaning money out of IRAs for years. It ain't got to be it could be some recent. And don't forget, if I'm pouring into y'all, subscribe, but hit that join. I put a join button down there for people that would like to support and make sure it's going to cost you nothing more than a Starbucks coffee a month. It helps me to say, look, I'm making a difference in the world and all this stuff. No questions? Okay, cool. Yeah, TT is he's just a mess. He's just a mess. Just a mess. Why am I hearing that there? Let me do this. Broadcast approach. Okay, I don't see any questions. I need to get some questions in. We got some questions in IG. Can't see but so many of them. Fractional, your money. Uh, how do you work with me? Just send my team an email. Send my team an email. I don't know how to I don't invest in mobile homes. I have friends that do, but I don't. Yes, Phase, this is on YouTube. Absolutely. No questions? Y'all got it. Did I do that good? Y'all don't have no did I do that good? All right. Okay. No Q&A? Oh, how much is my mentorship? We charge about 5 grand. So it comes with leads and a whole bunch of stuff. But here's the thing: if you're not ready to spend a few dollars on your training, then it's best for you to just stay on my channel. So we charge between $5,000 and $6,000 depending on how many leads you want. Because my our coaching comes with leads. I'm like, I don't want no problems no more. I want leads, and we're gonna talk about these leads that are coming in. Okay. I'll wait for you. Commercial cash out. Probably. Let's talk about that ERT 67 ERT 67. Did you know you can use this is what I did. I paid off all my real estate, and then I used private money guys to put them on my real estate so I can borrow the money right back. You see, people kill me when they say, "Don't pay your real estate off." We pay it off and then borrow the money right back. Every dollar that you put into a piece of real estate, you can always get it out. All right, so I just put one lender on this rental property, another lender on that rental property, another guy on that rental property, and whenever I need the money, I just like you just saw, sent an email. All my lenders are already secured. You see, we are able to loan money because of the value that we give our lenders. We borrowing if the house is worth 250, we're only borrowing 100. Who wouldn't be happy to put $50,000 in exchange for $250,000? It's just a no-brainer. But the real skill set that we're talking here is to turning yourself into the person that knows how to buy at a discount. That most people don't do that. You wanna go out there and pay fair market, buy full price for properties. You can't do that when you if you're doing this stuff here. The download is for the prospectus. Yep. This I'm leaving this up on YouTube. Y'all can watch this later. Uh-oh, my thing's going bad. My audio's going bad. Let me make sure my mic's not going bad. Darling Dell, what up? Oh, hold on. My mic's going bad. I'll be right. I gotta get batteries for this thing. My mic's going bad, y'all. I mean, my battery's going bad. Damn, the battery gone. My mic battery went out. Sorry about that, y'all. TT, you are about a few more minutes. I'm almost done. TT, you are a mess. You are a mess, buddy. My microphone's good. The battery's dead. One, two, 1, 2. Oh man, I should be sexy now. I should be sexy. Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Miss Deborah. You really got me on that. You got me. You got me. Let's see. Go ahead. Like that. That's right. You better get you some private money. This is how we're able to build this stuff. So if you want my prospectus, it's right in the it's right in the show notes below. Yes, county courthouse where the property is located. Or usually, Dave, you can find the lender's address and then you can mail. We have a letter that wants that email to my team. Uh, yeah, Q&A questions here. Pretty houses. Yes, it works with pretty houses and ugly houses. How do I download the perspective? The prospectus. Right in the show notes below, Michael. I appreciate your support. in the show notes below. You download the prospectus right in the show notes below. No payment loans. I just showed y'all how to set it up, no payments. All right, we're done then. No questions. I'm good. All right. So now we have changed your concepts. Understand that it is the concepts that's holding us back. It is the concepts that you believe loan, traditional loan, hard money, FHA, VA. These are nothing but concepts. So I have to get inside your brain and just move you around a little bit. Why? Because I have but love for you. Share this information, like the content, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Go below. You got 1 day. I'm giving you my deed of trust, my promissory note. I'm adding that in to create value for you. Then you can get that and you go talk to your lenders or the people that you think owe money or the people that are already loaning money. You have to learn to talk your mouth. Open your mouth. Talk to people, y'all. Open your mouth to people. And don't count their money. If you a lot of times I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. I had a Section 8 tenant go from being on Section 8 to being a millionaire. Her son got into a car accident. Tore him up. So he had all his money. I tried, didn't get any money out of it, but I did try though. Showed her this stuff, called her text message. I don't even know if she's got any money anymore. I hope she does, but so you don't know what people. Some people might be broke today, rich tomorrow. They might be happy. They might have today. They're going broke tomorrow. You just don't know. So you got to talk to everybody. And how do we do that? What is the main thing we still going out? This one going dead too? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe it's I don't know why it's doing that. Looks good on this side. Maybe it's time to get out of here. Sorry, Darnell. I don't know what's wrong with it. What is the line that we use to borrow money from people? What is the line? We don't go to people. How do we approach them? We don't go to them and say, I'm still underwater. All right, hold on. Let me check something. Roadcaster. What is wrong with my roadcaster here? Hold on. Let me check, y'all. Let me see what's going on. 1, 2, 2. Is that any 1, 2? Is that any better here? 1, 2. How do we approach these people? I don't know what's wrong with my stuff. I got the most expensive. I'm good. Okay, good. We're good. Okay, cool. I don't know what that was. Better. How do we approach people? How do we approach people for them to loan us some money, y'all? How do we do it? Y'all ready? Okay, so we don't go to them and say, hey, you got any money you want to let me borrow to get into real estate deals? You got any money to let you, would you going to loan me some money to get? No, 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 no. Okay. When we approach people to loan us money, we never ask them for the money. We always ask if they know somebody. Do you know anybody? So I'll go, Dave, Deborah, do you know anybody that's interested in getting a high rate of return secured by some of the real estate deals we're doing? Do you know anybody that's interested in getting a high ROI based on these deals, real estate deals we're doing? I'm opening up my program that I've been doing real estate. I'm finally open. I never did it before, but I'm finally opening up my program to people if they want to get a high rate of return based on the real estate deals that we're doing. Do you know anybody? So we never ask people for money. We only ask them if they know somebody. And what will they do? One of three things. Number one, I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know nobody. Number two, yeah, I know somebody. My man Bill, Joe, my man Raekwon. That's exactly what he does. Number three, I'm interested. Hey, what about me? I want to get a high rate of return. Tell me about it. Right. So when you take the pressure off of asking somebody, no one wants to say, hey man, you got some money I can borrow. No one wants to do that. And it's the posture. When I take money from people, y'all, I am doing them a service. I'm hooking you up because when you give me that 100, it's secured by real estate. You got years of experience. You've got plenty of equity. Everybody's making profit. So we are providing value to the other person. And sometimes I'm like, look, I'll give you 2 houses if you want. I'll give you 2 to make sure that you feel secure. True story. I loaned a guy some money. We bought 5 or 6 cars, right? 5 or 6 cars. And he gave me the deeds to the cars. And he didn't understand that if I'm giving you $2,000, I want $4,000 worth of cars. That's why if somebody gives you $100,000 for a house, you want to give them $200,000 of security. So we got to understand security, y'all. We need to secure these people, return of investment first. All right. Okay. Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? Yep. Do you know? Not can you loan me? Okay. So that's how we approach these people. So get started. Download my prospectus. We'll come to the end of the year. What are you going to do differently for the next year? What are you going to do? For me, I know I've got things. I know I tried this. I want to try this. I want to do something different. I want to do this. You're going to get the same results if you do not try something different. Now, I don't know what you're doing now in your business, but if you think you're going to get these traditional lenders and hard money lenders and 401 and FHA and conventional and VA and all the like DSC, all these different loan products to finance 100% of your hopes, dreams, and aspirations, they might do it for you, but it just wasn't in the cards for me. I had to go out there and apply some of these things by doing what? Speaking it into existence, getting the tools, get your prospectus and your deed of trust, promissory note. Those are the tools you need to lock these things up. And if the house burns down, you got insurance. The lender is going to get paid. So it's not like I was talking to a guy Friday, like, Chris, how do these people get paid if the house burns? If the house burns, it's not like it's when people loan you money for real estate, it's not if they're going to get paid. It's which way they're going to get paid first. House burns down, insurance cuts them a check. You die, get hit by a bus, real estate broker liquidates the property, gives them their money back. You do everything you say you're going to do, you sell the property and they get their interest. You see, there is no them not getting their money back. It doesn't even, we set it up to where if this happens, boom, then that. If that, boom, boom, this, that. Now, if the market goes to hell, then I can't fix that. But we're only borrowing 70% of the money. All right, Roundup. It's good to meet you. Good to talk to y'all. Get out there, get your tools, go raise some money. And then I want to hear about it. All right. Much love to you. I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Yeah, no questions. That's crazy. Y'all had no questions.